Back readers. We're getting some fresh shuffles so we can get some fresh cards. I did some mistakes in the last reading. I wanted to do who, what, when, where, why, how. So the last card would be the how card, not the why card. And I also mistook a suit. The Three of Pentacles I said was the Three of Cups. And since I don't do second takes, I'm going to do another reading for the same people, which is people who are born in the 6-day period when it transfers from Aquarius to Pisces. So if you're not born from February 17th until the 21st, go find another tarot reading. This is for the cusper, the Pisces Aquarius cusper. Okay? And this is a random thing, because I have to learn all these cards. And I have a tarot guidebook that came with my deck. I've been listening to tarot readings because there's something soothing about just listening to, just like hippie women act like you're going to be okay. But this is my instructions, and I failed to remember what at least one of the cards was. So, this is the second reading. I hope it goes better, because that was a bummer of a reading. It was a bummer for me because it was bad. I did it poorly, but it was also just bad cards, which I properly interpreted. So let's see if we get a more optimistic reading. I imagine people that read tarot do this frequently. Just reread it until they get like a good one. I don't do that process. The way I've created all these things is I do a live take, and then once I get some semblance of a thing I can live with, then I post it online. Anything I've posted online, I do not see until it is already online, because that's the point of it, is for it to be online, then it's real to me. So, we're going to do who, what, when, where, why, how, and I'm going to figure out how to read tarot by doing it again. This is who, this is what, this is where, this is why, this is when, this is how I will save. Okay, so it's who, what, when, where, why, and then how is on top here. So the Knight of Swords. Sword is associated with air, so the air signs. In the Knight of Swords, you're charging ahead with confidence, even though you're existing with partial information. You're just kind of impulsively doing the action. So this is the first card, the basis, and then you move from the who into the what, which is the strength. And as you can see, this woman here, she is fearlessly with the lion, so Leo energy. So we're getting some major arcana in this reading, which is nice. The strength card, similar to the impulsivity of the Knight of Swords in the movement, kind of throwing caution to the wind and just charging forward. It makes sense that would result in the strength card, because there's the fearlessness of this woman. She's with the beast, but her confidence is keeping the beast calm. And so this is having the fortitude to have the bravery of the commitment of the action, which leads you to the Queen of Pentacles. Now this is, the queens are associated with nurturing. The pentacle is worldly possessions or financial gain, generally. And she is, if you look at like the facial expression on this woman, the queens generally mean nurturing, but the Queen of Pentacles specifically, I believe, is supposed to be interpreted as having caution, which would track, because these are two very uncautious. So this is the person that's taking their time to make a proper move. As a result, if you wanted to do past, present, future, it's like, okay, so you have the impulsive charging forward, because the present, you're feeling confident and kind of invincible. And so what you learn from that is to be cautious with your possessions, to be cautious with how that results in your physical currency or your accumulated material things. So that would track. That would also substitute as a metaphor for why I'm doing a second reading. Is I was impulsive, I felt strong, and then I was like, I think I called a pentacle a cup, which was upsetting to me because I remembered after interpreting it falsely that I wasn't talking about a cup, but I was confused because I'm still learning these cards, and the card for the Three of Pentacles just has cups on it. It doesn't have the coin on it, so I couldn't use my little cheat sheet method. And so we have above and below. And this could not be more above and this could not be more below if I do it the way I did it, which is not the traditional way that you do a Celtic cross. As I said, I'm using a different thing. But, okay, so let's go above. Magician fucking rules. This is like my favorite card in the tarot. This Encounter of the Fool. Again, we're getting lots of major arcana here. I wonder what the how is at the end of this to tie it together. The Magician has the faith of associated with the Knight of Swords and the Strength card, clarified by the Temperance of the woman here, kind of meditating over what the right thing is to do to actually connect that confidence into material gain. The solution to that is the Magician. And the Magician represents all of the suits. As you can see, there's a pentacle, a sword, a wand, or it looks like quartz crystal. It's being used as a wand, the infinity symbol, and the cup. So you have water, you have fire, you have earth, and you have air. So all of the sword is air. The wand is earth. The cup is water. This is fire. Okay, I think that's accurate. So above you have the Magician. So taking the leap of faith, you act with partial information and you magically make things in the real world. And then the Y, which is above and below in my thing, below is the devil, Capricorn energy. Capricorns are the proud douchebags of the zodiac. It's the goat, Baphomet, the hermaphroditic goat demon. Is a demon. It's a lovely demon, but you have Adam and Eve here in chains. You got Alice in chains. This is where a tarot reader would reference a song. So you got Adam with his flaccid dick and Eve, and they're chained up and they're in hell under the fucking pentacle. Not pentacle. Well, the pentacle is 5, but the pentagram is above the devil. So you gotta be worried. You're taking this magical leap based on your blind confidence. And then, so this is, if you wanted to do past, present, future, then above is the Magician. The lower octave is the Demon. So you have what the cost of doing this, right? This is actually a cool reading. What the cost of charging forward and throwing caution to the wind, when you think about it, is best case scenario, you create this beautiful magical thing that you couldn't have possibly done if you'd thought it all the way through. You have to be brave enough to do it. But the lower octaves, you could also be a devil, you know? You could fuck things up for people. So, I could use some clarity on why, or how rather. The why. The Emperor. Okay. So, I believe the way you would use this as a clarification for the other 5 cards would be to say, the Emperor, and he's got the little goat demons on his fucking throne, which is pretty cool. So the Emperor is masculinity, it is confidence, and it's overseeing with your rational mind and your judgments on a throne of somewhat demonic things, which is nice because I had this below this and the way I do it. And he's holding the Ankh. We can get into the ancient Egyptian stuff. That's a lot of fun. But essentially, just commit to it, and then you're sitting on the throne with the mountains in the background. I kind of like the first one better. This is why I don't do second takes. You want me to do a third take? Let's try a third take. Okay. Who? What? Okay. When? Okay, thievery, afoot. Why? This is above temperance. This is below. This should be below. That should be above. I like the way that I'm coming up with this spread. I like it a lot. And this is the how. Okay. So, past, present, future, indecision. You have to kind of meditate and figure out which way to go. You're being torn between two different potential things. Present. You're sharing. You're emotionally connecting with someone, and then you got the little lion angel above you, and the serpents. That cool little, medical logo. And then future, there's somebody stealing shit. This guy's just gripping 5 of your swords out of your 7. There's still 2 around, but this sneaky motherfucker is coming to take your shit. So, the higher octave, you gotta use temperance, which is being even-handed and connecting with the natural cycles of things. And then the lower octave, the Five of Pentacles, also one of the worst cards. The fives are associated with loss, confusion, as you can see. You got these like old kind of sickly people, and they're stumbling around because they've lost their money or their worldly possessions. They're wanting physically. This is a card of loss, and this is resources, physical, material wealth. So how do you reconcile all this with temperance above and the Five of Pentacles below? The Hierophant. This is a cool way to conclude this. Okay. So you have these two bald men looking at this sacred woman who has the staff and the 3 crosses, and she is using spiritual knowledge and the studying of these deep wisdom principles to transcend, and she is leading the way, instructing everyone from the deep mystical wisdom that she's attained by being the sacred feminine in its embodiment when it pertains to abstract knowledge, philosophy, that sort of thing. And that's how you do those 5 cards, with this being the 6th one. Let's do one more, because I like 3s better than 2s. Hermit. This is who, what, when, where, why, how. Okay, let's try this. Hermit, this is your past. So you've had to kind of go out into the wilderness by yourself and figure out who you are, what you're to do, how you're to proceed. And this is encouragement that it's okay to isolate and separate from the collective as you kind of figure out what to do, so you can bring back this lantern and lead others. He's got the staff. He's an old dude in a robe. That's your past. Your present is to work on your thing. So this is a craftsman. This is what's represented in the 7 of Pentacles. So, way to do that with the Hermit is it's okay to take some time out, go work on your craft. Again, I could tie this to like how I'm learning to read tarot by doing this. And you chisel away and you workman-like commit to building your thing. So you have, a lantern to bring out to other people. And then, so your present is doing this because you've learned it's okay. And then your future is you got a fucking pentacle. So you've been working, you've been crafting, carving out your pentacle, then you present it to the world. You're not a queen that's like nurturing the pentacles yet. You're just still offering like, hey, I figured out how to turn a pentacle. And that's good. This is like the ace of the pages are like the aces in the court suits. So he just has one pentacle. He's just still figuring out how to offer his little thing. Then we're doing above, below, and then clarify. Or where, why, how. So this is your above is the 10 of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is it's raining. You're making it rain freaking pentacles, guys. They're just all over the place. You got your dogs, you got your girl, you're sitting on your fucking throne. Below is the Queen of Swords. Now the swords are thoughts, they're air. But it's royalty, it's nurturing the thoughts, right? So she's given a little come hither. And yeah, this stately woman, she's got a little cherub angel on the throne. And there's clouds and trees in the distance, but she's figuring out how to bring on the thoughts even though there's a fog behind her, right? So this is the why, because you gotta commit to your thoughts even if they're foggy. The how, so like how does this all fit together? The Four of Pentacles. So this is to like hoard your essentially, like he's got one above, one below, and he's sitting on him. So he's just like, all right, let me like hold on to what I have, which kind of tracks. If you have everything, right? How do you keep it? You're just like, all right, let me just focus on maintaining. Right? That's how I'm interpreting this. Want to do the whole deck? Let's do the whole deck. Who? What? When? Oh, I want this to be just past, present, future now. This is a perfect past, present, future. The way you would do this past, present, future. Knight of Wands. So this is like what you put out. You're just starting to put stuff out confidently, and this is movement forward. And the present is you're moving from rough waters into better waters. So he's got his wand. Well, this is the Six of Swords, but he's got his staff. It's not a wands card, it's a sword card. We're still learning, guys. I'm teaching you how to read tarot, I'm not reading tarot. I'm learning how to read tarot publicly. So yeah, he's moving, using his action to move forward, move away from the pain into better waters, and then the future, I want this just to be a 3-card reading, is you got it, Eureka, abundance, joy. This is like maybe the best card. This is like, it's just like happy man and woman, happy children. Just like a lovely, just like, all your emotions fulfilled. This is the fulfillment card. This is happily ever after. Once upon a time, the second act of the play happily ever after. This is a perfect fairy tale, this reading. But we got above, below, and how. With how I'm doing it. Okay, so above you have the Ace of Pentacles. So offering you just a thing. Offer you some material. Here's a coin. Fucking. Alright. Below, the Lovers. I kind of wish this was a 5 card now, because I like ending with the Lovers. So yeah, connection, recognition, love, romance. That's good. This is a good journey, this 5 cards here. Let's see how these connect. Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so we got Pentacles. Ben had Pentacles in this shuffle. The Ace of Pentacles results in the Lovers, and then you're moving forward in the physical plane. You're a spirit in the material world, and here's your material spirit. Movement. Okay, who? What? When? Where? Why? How? Okay, I think we're going to close with this one because I don't know how long I can record and keep these things on my computer, and I want it to be under a half hour. So I do the 1, 2, 3 above, below, so I can still figure out how to do a 1 card reading, a 3 card reading, and then this thing I'm trying to start, which is a new kind of reading. Okay, but first I have to learn what the cards mean, right? So the ace, all the aces are new beginnings. You see there's just like a hand from the clouds that offers you, and cups are emotional fulfillments. You have the dove, you have the water. So you have the emotion, you have the thought, and then you get a single unit of emotional currency, the Ace of Cups, our fresh start here. That leads you to the 5 of Cups, which is a sad card. The 5s are loss. So this is, he is just sad. He's mourning. He's in all black. He's got his head down. The 3 cups are spilled over. There's 2 cups beside him, behind him, that are still standing, but he doesn't seem to care. He's just very distraught and upset, and he's mourning because he's losing emotion. He's losing the positive emotion. So that's the present. You came from promise, and you're like, look at all I've lost. And in the future, this is fucking money trees. This is the 8 of Pentacles, right? Shout Kendrick Lamar. That's what some dunce would probably start singing right now when they read this card and tried to think of how to interpret it for you. Yeah, she's got a bird, and she's like nurturing up the pentacles, right? She's just like chilling. She's starting to buy fine robes. You got a finer robe. She's got a fucking Shakespeare hat on. She's got a dove. This is a good 3 card. I like, maybe I'll just do 3 cards. I was trying to do the 6 card thing with the above, below, and then the, you know, where, why, how. So this is the above. Above is the Queen of Wands. Below is the Page of Cups. So the Queen of Wands is nurturing your action towards what you want in the external world. And then that connects to the Page of Cups, which is a fresh start in your emotions. Which is it's proper for me to get this at the end of a 5 card spread, because we started with the Ace of Cups. We had some loss with the cups, and then here you got the Page of Cups. So you had a fresh start of emotion. You had some heartbreak, and then that brought about the acceptance of that, or embracing that, brought about abundance materialistically, and then that brought about an offering of emotional improvement. And then the final card is the Wheel of Fortune, which is a great card to end on, because you got Taurus here, you got Leo, you got your girl, maybe the Hierophant or the High Priestess reading tarot, or Torah. We'll get to that one. And you got your little dove wing thing. You got your Egyptian fucking raw figure here. They're floating in the, and this is about, there's the devil above, and then there's the pharaoh. There's the devil below the pharaoh above, right? So you got this little coyote flying thing as the demon here, and then you got here. So this is the card of like fate and free will. This is, I mean, it's literally like those two things battling with one another, right? That's what this card represents. I think we got time for one more. I said a half hour. Let's do another 6 cards. Who? What? When? That's past, present, future. Where? Why? And how? Okay, so I have 4 minutes to figure out how to make a story out of this. First, I'm going to do past, present, future. I should probably just be doing past, present, future. It's an easier thing to learn. I should probably just be doing 1 card readings for a couple months before I make any of this public. But okay. So this is the 9 of Swords, which is one of the rougher cards. I'm going to put it in past because it's depressing for this to be. But she's like standing up. She's making a stand. Swords are the hurt, the the thoughts. So there's like too much thoughts, and she's like standing up against kind of the abyss. This is a sad card. Leads you to the Knight of Cups, which is just moving forward with a little bit of emotion, right? That's a good present to come from that past. And then your future is going to be the 8 of Wands, which is just fire a bunch of fucking shots. You don't have anything to lose. You're not bummed about leaving here, so you got to move forward and do this. Just fire your fucking arrows, see if anything sticks. Above, below, and how. This is above. So above, it's moving forward. Again, that Chariot's movement forward. I didn't draw Chariot, and I drew half the deck. But Wands are the action in the real world. And then that gets you in the bottom, Justice, which is things working out. This could mean you're catching a case if you're watching Acid Casualty Tarot. Let's not call a wand a pentacle, right? So you got Justice, the Knight of Wands, and then your how, your clarity for this reading is Ace of Swords. So, single thought. I'm going to interpret this like unity of, right? Because you got the crown, you got your little fleur de lis, and your little 3 gold things on either side, right? So it's like this one thought is what the crown rests on. So your ascent to the eventual King of Swords, I think we already had the King of Swords here, is embracing the one thought rather than, and I can connect that back to the previous things with like the Hermit and stuff. It's a fun game, guys. Learning how to play this tarot improvised story game. Okay, let's go really quick, another 6, because I have a minute and 10 seconds. Ugh, this is bad. This is you're up all night because everything sucks. The world fucking rules. This is the end of the Fool. This is the final journey of the Fool. So you got your 4 people that are in the Wheel of Fortune, but just a prettier picture. You got this girl. She's got sweet boobs. She's got 2 wands. The world rules. This is the final thing of the Fool. And then the future is the Hanged Man. So this is, you have to take time, take stock of what you have. This is above. Above is 10 of Wands. So just trying your hardest, feeling exhausted. Below is you're sharing. This is the 6 of Pentacles. You're sharing with the fucking people. You got enough pentacle action going on to where you can share with your fellows. And then 10-second interpretation of the how is the 4 of Cups. So this guy's sitting around, doesn't seem to care about his 3 of Cups, Doesn't seem to care about this cloud that's given him his 4th cup. He's just fucking confused. Hare Krishna.